Give me your body, and the lie will continue quietly. Or give me the spirit part, the Ogbanje part.
You dare challenge the throne, river spirit?
I bow to no mortal king.
Ready the men. We march at dawn. Let no one stand in our way.
The debt is not Ozoemena's. It is mine. My blood is what the river has been waiting for since 200 years ago. I will say the truth tonight, even if it kills me.
She is secured, my king. Then let her chains be eternal.
The Dibia's own daughter, the Yoruba woman, and the exiled warrior. Our kingdom's prosperity will overnight.
A woman cannot carry the sacred staff.
Bring her down! Wait!
200 years I have waited for you. Now you have
One
come.
body will not free me. Tell me what will free you. I am not afraid. Nobody is entering that river tonight.
You must not fear the depths. Islands.
I no fit change wetin our forefathers swear before a handjiko. The covenant na the covenant. As far as the river they give us fish, we must honor wetin she asks for.
Deep inside the territory of Ndiofemiri, the people who answer to water, there is one rule way older than any king. When the river goes quiet, the village must go quiet with it.
Papa Madu Abuchi, you don't hear anything? Anything at all?
Nothing, Inokume. No, only 7 times I hear the other one start by itself. Nothing. And that nothing they worry me more than if I hear something. Chinekeme, 49 years I dey beat this drum. Now only 7 times I hear the other one start by itself.
And every time we start by itself?
Somebody pikin no go see tomorrow. Now so it dey always be.
Ewo, God forbid bad thing o. Make it no be this night, I beg.
You see, tonight, the river is too quiet. No frog they croak, no cricket they sing. Even the wind sef, wey suppose they blow through the roko leaves, don't hold its breath. Because tonight, na the 7th year, and the drums of Onu Miri, death of the water, fit beat before sunrise. The whole village they pray say, e no go beat.
There was this family in the village, eh?
Not far from the shrine ground, inside a mud and thatch compound guarded by old palm fronds, one family they sit together like tonight be any other night. But na lie, because the man of that house, the village's chief Dibia, don't already feel something move inside his chest since morning. Something heavy, something he no fit explain. Not to his wife, not even to himself.
Inside their compound, the night air felt strangely heavy, as though even the wind had stopped to listen. Ngọzika Eze-Áfọ, 17, sat on a low wooden stool, her fingers moving expertly through the thick hair of her little brother, Ozuemena, 9 years old. The boy squirmed and giggled, his face scrunched in protest. "Gee, sister, you dey pull my hair too tight, oh. No be punishment be this, Ngọzika burst into soft laughter. "Che, look this small boy. Stop dey cry like baby. If I not tie your hair well, now you go first shout tomorrow, say your style don't scatter. I be no be you again." Near the cooking fire, their mother, Nwakaigo, stirred the pot absent-mindedly. Her hand moved, but her mind was somewhere else entirely. Every few seconds, her eyes darted towards the compound entrance. Without turning around, she spoke quietly. "Ozuemena, eat your food. Stop all this your noise tonight." The boy frowned. "Mama, why your voice they shake? Wetin happen?" Silence. By the fire sat their father, Chief Dibia Okudili Eze-Áfọ. His food remained untouched before him. A wooden cup rested in his hand, and for a brief moment, that hand trembled. Ngọzika noticed. She stopped braiding. "Papa, you never touch your food since. Wetin dey worry you?" Okudili raised his eyes to his daughter and forced a weak smile. "Nothing, my daughter. A father fit just dey think. Now all." Ngọzika studied him carefully. Okay, oh Papa, if you say so. Then, boom! A long, deep drumbeat cracked through the night. The entire compound froze. Chak! The spoon slipped from Wakaigo's hand, and the pot clattered to the ground. Chineke me, she screamed, stumbling backward. Tfiakwa! No, that sound na. Before she could finish, Okudili sprang to his feet. The color had completely drained from his face. His eyes widened in horror as he stared into the darkness beyond the doorway. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, he uttered the dreaded name, Onwumiri. And suddenly, nobody in the compound could breathe. Outside, the whole village had gathered under the big, ancient Iroko tree, including Okudili and his family. Oh, Mori. Nobody was smiling anymore. The air felt heavy. Igwe Onwubiko slowly raised his staff. I no fit change wetin our forefathers promised before Ahanjiko. The covenant na the covenant. As long as the river still they give us fish, rain and good harvest, we must give am wetin she ask for. A frightened murmur spread through the crowd. Ewo, Chineke me, tufiakwa. Little Ozoemena held his sister's hand tightly. Sister, he whispered, wetin dem mean by honor? Wetin dem want take? But Ngọzika Eze-Áfọ did not answer. She was looking at her father. Chief Okudili Eze-Áfọ was staring at the ground. His face was hard and his whole body was shaking. Ngọzika's heart started beating fast. Papa, she whispered, Papa, wetin your body dey shake like this? No answer. Slowly, Okudili raised the sacred Ofomiri high above his head. At once, everybody became quiet. Even the night seemed to go silent. Noakayego quickly pulled Ozoemena close and held his shoulders. Something did not feel right. Something bad was coming. Okudili took a deep breath. Ahanjiko, River Mother, speak through this staff. Show us, he used a loud voice. Show us the person you... He suddenly stopped. The words refused to come out. Igwe Onwubiko stepped closer. Dibia, he whispered, continue. The people, they wait. Sweat covered Okudili's face. His eyes were wide with fear. No, he whispered to himself. No, I no fit talk calm. My mouth no green move. Chineke, why? Ngọzika stepped forward. Papa, she cried. Papa, wetin dey happen? Then something strange happened. The Ofomiri in Okudili's hand started to glow. A small white light. Then it became brighter. The crowd gasped. Ewo! Hey God! Then, boom! The big shrine drum sounded. Nobody touched it. Boom! It sounded again. Slow, heavy, final. Madwabuchi screamed from the crowd. Ewo! It don't beat! Chineke me! It don't beat by itself! Panic spread everywhere. Hey, na be no small thing, oh. Tufiakwa! Oloru o! Chukubiko! We don't finish. Some people fell to the ground. Some started crying. Some held their heads in fear. And in the middle of it all,
Chief Ugwọ Eze-Áfọ stood like a man who had just seen death with his own eyes.
My people, I know everybody is worried, but make una calm down, abeg. Ahanjigo has chosen, and myself are surprised on who she chose this time. But we need to do what has to be done. Okudili, what do the signs say? Who is the chosen child?
They are not clear yet, my king.
Throw am, Dibia. This is not the time for fear. The whole village is watching you.
Chineke, no, my own house, my own blood.
Speak. Which name? Ozuemena. The river.
Oh, the Dibia's own. Chineke, wow! Wow! Amo! Chide wang! Chineke, child! Didewa lenya!
Ezem, ugodi na muga akugwa, unyegunye ndị ọzọ akụ ya. Unu agama, anyị ga-achọpụta onye ọta abalị a.
Ash has no color, and water sef no get color. That morning, the sky looked like dead skin. No sun, no warmth, just gray sitting heavy over Ndi Ofemiri. And under that gray sky, one question was waiting. When the gods ask for blood, who decides whose blood is worth less?
I beg, before the story continues, tap follow. Make you no miss it when the river calls again. The water has already spoiled. It cannot be gathered back. Let us breathe, small. If you are still here with us, you have already become part of this family, this heavy family. I beg, tap that follow button now, before the next wahala meets you unprepared. News does not work in a village this small. It flies. By the time Okudili reached his own compound, the wailing had already passed him on the road. Inside, Nwakaego on her knees, Ozuemena in her arms, confused, crying. Ngọzika stood by the door, not moving, barely breathing. Chineke, not my child, Nwakaego screamed. Ahanjiko, I beg, take anything, not take my son. Mama, Ozuemena cried. Wetin I do? Why everybody they cry for me? Mba, Ngọzika's voice came low, then loud. Mba, they no fit carry my brother enter that river over my dead body. Okudili entered the room. Ngọzika turned on him fast. Papa, you are the Dibia? You threw the cowries with your own hand. How did you let it land on your own house? Say something. Ngọzika, He choked, gripped his own throat. Blood small at the corner of his mouth. Silence swallowed the whole room. Later, by the granary, Ngọzika found her brother sitting alone, knees pulled to his chest. She held his hand. "Hear me, Ozuemena," she said. "As long as breath is in my body, nobody go carry you anywhere. I swear it." "But the cowries have already spoken, sister," he whispered. "Nobody fit fight covenant." "Then I will be the first person to try." Maduabuchi watched from a distance, his face heavy like stone. "Be careful the questions you are asking, young one. Some truth, once you call it, no go gree go back inside the ground." Night fell. Okudili sat alone by a fire that was dying slowly. The Ofo-Miri staff lay across his lap. Nwakaego entered quietly. "You have not slept. Come inside, abeg." "If I tell you something and the telling kills me before I finish, will you forgive the silence that came before?" "Okudili, you are scaring me." there is a truth my own father passed to me. This staff will not let it pass my lips. Every time I try, he touched his throat, winced. My body fights itself. He gripped the staff tighter. His voice broke small. But if I do not speak, another person's child will die for a lie they never asked to carry. And this time, Chineke have mercy. It is my own house the lie has landed on. Far from that compound, far past the village boundary, one road was waiting. A road that led straight to a crossroads shrine, one that did not belong to Ndiofe Mary at all. For the first time in 11 days, somebody's footsteps finally disturbed the dust on that road. Whatever she carried, whatever she knew, she was already close. And when she arrived, nothing in this village would ever stay the same. If this story is holding your spirit, I beg, follow the page. The next one will not give you chance to breathe.
No one enters the palace!
We demand answers. Let us see her. What does she want? Tell us.
What do you want for here, woman? Yoruba people don't normally waka enter this kind bush road.
I have not come to cause trouble. I am looking for your chief Dibia. I say I no want wahala, beg. Tell him tell no correct.
What do you mean say no be correct name? No be smart thing, no woman.
You want curse us?
I am mine to say pound the brain. But you don't let no stick to the groom to say colibri. Go ahead, damn lock state and conscience. Not mine.
Tell him the name Ahanjiko Ahancho is not the correct name. I am not cursing anybody. I am trying to save your children. But if you don't let me speak to him quickly, whatever happens next will sit on your own conscience, not mine. The woman that came earlier, she brings trouble. What did she want with the elders? What is this? A Yoruba priestess in our town?
Back! No one enters the palace!
We demand answers. Let us see her. What does she want? Tell us!
Stay back or you will be removed!
By the time the guard reached the palace, the whole market had already heard. A Yoruba woman wearing the white chalk of a babalawo, asking for the Dibia by name. That kind of news does not wait for permission. It runs ahead of itself. Within the hour, she stood inside the palace courtyard, and the moment Okudili's eyes met hers, something in his face betrayed far more than curiosity. I beg, if you are new to this story, tap follow now. The next episodes will not wait for you to catch up. Igwe Onwobiko wasted no time. Stranger, he said, my guards tell me you carry serious words for my Dibia. Speak now before my patience finishes. Iyabo bowed a little, then stood tall. Kabiesi, forgive my forwardness. I have been tracing an old Oyo-era prophecy for almost 2 years. It speaks of a river spirit whose true worshippers lost track of her 200 years ago. The prophecy mentioned a name close to Ahanjiko, but the spelling, the rhythm, no match. Waiting the prophecy really call her? Okudili stepped forward by himself. Oshu Abiku Odo, she said slowly, a river spirit who was bound against her will. She studied him. Dibia, why is your hand shaking like that since I mentioned it? He gasped, doubled over, gripping the staff like it was the only thing holding him upright. Not again, the king cried. Iyabo's eyes narrowed. Something dawned on her, slow and cold. Just as I suspected, something is blocking his mouth. A binding spell, she said, almost to herself. This is no ordinary covenant. Somebody tied this man's tongue on purpose. A man's own tongue tied inside his own mouth. That is not a small thing to carry. Let us sit with that for one moment before we move forward.
This story has already pulled something inside your chest. I beg, follow the page. We still have far to go. Ngọzika had slipped into the courtyard unnoticed, drawn there the moment word reached her. From behind a pillar, she watched the Yoruba woman with suspicion and something close to desperate hope. Later, near the palace well, she found her alone. You, the Yoruba woman, you know wetin dey go wrong with my papa? Iyabo turned, studying her, almost surprised. You must be the Dibia's daughter. She tilted her head. Interesting. There is something around you, young one, something I did not expect to feel in a place like this. Wetin you mean? Talk plain, abeg. I no get time for riddle today. I'm not insulting you, Iyabo said gently. I am warning you. Whatever they are hiding in this village, my dear, I think you may be the biggest part of the secret, not just your brother. Ngọzika stared at her, stunned into silence. That evening, the Dibia summoned the stranger to a private audience. Whatever passed between them, neither one repeated it fully, but Mado Abuchi, keeping watch outside as he had done for 40 years, heard enough to lose sleep for the rest of his life. After the meeting, Iyabo caught her before she left. Woman, wetin him tell you for inside there? My chest no fit settle since. Old man, I cannot betray a man's confession that quickly, she said carefully, but I will tell you this much. The answer to everything you are suffering for, it is not in the river. It is buried somewhere close, somewhere this village has walked past every day for 200 years without knowing. Buried where? She looked toward the dark silhouette of the great Iroko tree. Beneath the one tree everybody in this village treats like decoration. A bit grim. Tomorrow, old man, bring a shovel. We will need it. The great Iroko had stood at the center of every covenant ceremony for as long as anyone can remember. So old, so permanent, that nobody had ever once stopped to ask what its roots might be hiding beneath 2 centuries of fallen leaves and forgotten footsteps. I beg, follow the page now. Tomorrow night, in the next episode, the ground will finally talk.
So it is true. The covenant has been a lie from the very beginning.
Worse than a lie, my sister. It was theft. Pure theft, dressed up as blessing.
Elder spoke of something hidden under this Iroko tree in ancient times. What is it? We must find out.
It is a secret from long ago. We need to start digging here.
Yes, let's begin.
Who gave you permission to touch this ground? Oh, I beg, we don't mean any harm, we just did. You have already done the harm. 200 years my family done guard this spot from a distance. And tonight, 3 strangers waka come dig them up like yam for farm. Guard from a distance, you are no ordinary village, your blood carries old shame.
God from a distance, you are no ordinary villager. Your blood carries old shame. It was your people who chained her, Abi.
My great-great-grandfather, Agụ Ebubedike, chained her with his own 2 hands, on the order of one wicked king. And when he later tried to confess it, that same king cursed our family with exile. We have carried that shame quiet ever since.
So it is true. The covenant has been a lie from the very beginning.
Worse than a lie, my sister. It was theft. Pure theft, dressed up as blessing.
It was your people who chained her, Abi?
It was theft. Pure theft, dressed up as blessing.
Make una chill small first. Let us go back. No vex. Before I forget to mention, there was this popular village warrior named Okonkwo because M followed them go to the Iroko tree side to offer protection.
Let us go back. Just a few minutes before that blade was drawn, 3 shadows had moved beneath the great Iroko tree, long after the rest of the village surrendered to sleep. Iyabo Shangodare led with the lamp-shielded Lu. Madu Abuchi carried the shovel, and behind them both, uninvited, unwilling to be left behind, walked the Dibia's daughter. The first strike of that shovel met something hard, a dull metallic clang. Everyone froze. Beneath the soil, chain. Beneath the chain, a cracked stone altar, carvings barely visible under 2 centuries of death. If you are just joining us, abeg, follow the page. Plenty wahala still they come. At the center of the altar, half buried, something pulsed, a small stone, smooth as river glass, glowing faint blue. The Yoruba call it Okuta Oka, the heart stone, the very thing every false king after Agu Ebubedeke built his kingdom's prosperity upon stealing. No touch am, Iyabo Shangodare warned. Without the right protection, that stone fit. Too late. Ngọzika had already reached out. Her eyes rolled back. Her body went rigid. A blinding flash of pale blue light erupted around her. "Small sister!" Okoronko launched forward. She gasped. Eyes snapped open, glowing the same pale blue, then fading. She stared at her own trembling hands in horror.
I just see her, she breathed. The river woman, she dey scream my name, like she don't already know me, my whole life. A name screamed by something that lived before your grandmother's grandmother was born. That is not a small thing to carry inside your own chest. Let us breathe small before we continue. Abeg, follow the page now. The next part will not be gentle. As dawn crept closer, they widened the dig, just enough to confirm the last, most damning detail. Beneath the altar lay not one set of small bones, many. Far more than 7 generations of a once every 7 years covenant could ever explain. The river had not been receiving one child every 7 years. It had been receiving far more, far often, for far longer than anyone alive had ever been told. My family has carried shame for something we never fully understood ourselves, Okoronko said, staring into the pit. I dey with una, whatever it costs. 49 years I beat that drum, thinking I dey serve something holy. I no go beat one more light drum again, not one, Madubichi muttered, wiping his face. Iyabo turned to Ngọzika. You heard what I told you by the well. Now you have seen proof with your own eyes. The question is, are you ready to find out the rest, even if it costs you something you cannot get back? My brother has 7 days, Ngọzika said, steadying herself. I do not have the luxury of fear. Make we go meet my father today before time finishes. They covered the pit before the rest of the village stirred. The great Iroko stood as silently as it always had, though it would never again look the same to the 4 people who now knew what its roots had been hiding. Somewhere beneath the soil, the heartstone Okutaukon pulsed on, patient, as it had been for 200 years. It would not have to wait much longer. Abeg, follow the page before the next one drops. The Dibia's own house is about to answer for everything.
He is coming. Look to the gate.
If you are just joining us, Okudili carries a binding curse older than his own father. It attacks his voice, the spoken word. Every time he tries to confess, his own body fights itself.
Papa, we saw it. The chain, the altar, the bones, plenty bones, Papa. More than 7 years times 7 years fit explain.
Then you already know more than I have ever been able to say with my own mouth.
My family has carried your family's secret on our back for 200 years, Dibia. Today, that debt is finished.
Leave me. No time for yesterday.
Iyabo had seen a curse like this only once before, in a different kingdom on a different man. The curse, she knew, had never once accounted for ash or chalk or a trembling hand willing to write what the mouth could not say. Abeg, follow the page. What you are about to read changes everything. Slowly, painfully, Okudili began tracing letters into the chalk dust. His hand shook violently with every stroke. Sweat poured down his face, but he did not stop. Finally, he sat back, exhausted, revealing the message. Ngọzika read it out loud, her voice breaking. It was never the firstborn son. It was never any random child. The river only ever wanted the firstborn daughter of the Dibia's bloodline. Every generation, it has always been me, then you. It was always going to be you, Ngọzika. Silence crashed over the room. Nwakaego covered her mouth, sobbing. Okoronkwo closed his eyes. Ngọzika simply stared at the words, frozen. It was always about one bloodline, one death, one name waiting to be born. Let us sit with that for just a moment. If your chest feels heavy right now, I beg, follow the page. The story is not finished with us yet. In the doorway, unnoticed until that moment, Ozomena had been listening the whole time. The relief that flooded his small body was instant, and it disgusted him the second he felt it. Sister, he stepped in, voice shaking. When I hear say na you, not me, one part of my heart just feel happy, and I hate myself for it. Ngọzika pulled him into a tight hug, despite her own shock. No carry that kind guilt, Ozomena. You are 9 years old. Any child would feel the same thing. It's normal. But I no want make it be you too, he whispered, muffled against her shoulder. I no want make I lose you instead of me. Nobody is losing anybody today, she said quietly, still returning to her voice. If the debt is mine, then I will decide how it ends, not the river, not the covenant. That night, Ngọzika walked alone to the riverbank, staring into the dark water. She did not notice the water beginning to ripple unnaturally toward her, as if drawn to her presence. I don't know wetin you be, she said quietly to the water. I don't know wetin you want from my family, again. But if it is me you have been waiting for, since I was even born, I beg, give me some time. Let me save my brother first, then we will settle whatever business is between us. The water glowed faintly blue for a brief moment, almost like a response, before going still again. Ngọzika stared, breath caught in her throat. Che, you hear me, she whispered. What Ngọzika did not know as she walked back to her sleeping village that night was that her quiet conversation with the river had not been unheard by everyone. Somewhere closer to the palace, a senior chief who had spent his entire life protecting the kingdom's prosperity had just received word. The buried truth beneath the Iroko was no longer buried at all. Abeg, follow the page. The kingdom is about to choose between truth and tradition, and not everybody could get same answer.
You dare challenge the throne, river spirit?
I bow to no mortal king.
She is secured, my king. Then let her chains be eternal.
Igwe, you have to hear this now. Strangers dug under the Iroko last night. They found the chain. Who gave them that kind of boldness?
The Dibia's own daughter,
The Yoruba woman.
and the exiled warrior. Our kingdom's prosperity will overnight.
Then we have no choice. Move the binding ceremony forward tonight.
Our land is in great danger. The elders must gather now.
Ready the men. We march at dawn. Let no one stand in our way.
Igwe, be like that woman. Be like that woman. The Yoruba woman just entered our land to cause problems.
They leave me with no choice. Who does she think she is? Them no born and well to try me. Inform my guards to get ready.
200 years is a long time for a lie to grow comfortable. Long enough that a kingdom can forget it is even lying and start calling the theft a blessing instead. That is exactly what happened here in Ndi Ofemiri. 200 years before this morning, a wicked king named Aniago gave one order. He told his captain, ÜGWỌ to chain a river goddess and steal her heartstone, Okuta Okan. The captain obeyed. Later, he regretted it, but the king did not forgive that regret. He cursed ÜGWØ's own family to exile and told the whole kingdom a lie, that the goddess herself demanded child sacrifice once every 7 years. A lie this old does not feel like a lie anymore. It feels like culture, like tradition, like something you would be ashamed to question. Let us sit with that for one moment before we go further. The heartstone has been attached to your family's blood since that night, Iyabo told Ngọzika gently. That is why a firstborn daughter keeps being born strange in your bloodline, generation after generation. Why you can feel her, hear her, see her vision. She has been waiting specifically for you. Ngọzika wasted no time. She carried the heartstone and the picture of the old bones straight to the palace, with Okoronkwo, Iyabo, and Madu Abuchi beside her. Ichie Nnamdioha didn't even let them finish talking. Now blasphemy, he shouted. Una won't bring shame on this kingdom with one old useless stone. Guards, comot them from here. The guards moved forward. Okoronkwo stood firm, hand resting on his cutlass. Igwe Onwubiko raised his hand for silence. He did not deny the proof. He did not accept it either. Whatever the past carries, the binding ceremony for Ozoemena will happen tonight, not in 7 days. I will not let this kingdom fall apart for one old story. Then he turned to Iyabo and Okoronkwo. One more wrong move and exile is waiting for you too. Just like that, 7 days became one night. Follow the page to see what Ngọzika does next.
Mcheo! A woman cannot carry the sacred staff.
Bring her down! Wait! Nobody is entering that river tonight. The debt is not Ozoemena's. It is mine. My blood is what the river has been waiting for since 200 years ago. I will say the truth tonight, even if it kills me.
If you are just joining us, the binding ceremony was supposed to happen in 7 days. The palace moved it to this night, the moment the buried truth threatened to spread. Okudili stood beside the binding circle, the staff trembling in his hand, knowing exactly what he was about to allow, until his daughter took it from him first. The moment Ngọzika spoke the truth out loud, the Ofemiri staff glowed bright white in her hand. The whole crowd gasped. For the first time in 200 years, truth had touched the staff, and nothing bad happened. Because she was not the one who told the original lie. Okudili fell to his knees, tears running, and for the first time, he could speak without his body fighting itself. She is correct. Forgive me, my people. I have carried this lie since my own father passed it to me. Ngọzika is the true blood the river wants, not her brother. A father finally free to speak the truth he had carried his whole life. That kind of freedom does not come without grief riding right behind it. Let us sit with that for a moment before the night moves forward. Ichie Nnamdioha would not calm down. He ordered the guards to seize Ngọzika and continue the ceremony by force. But Okoronkwo and Madu Abuchi blocked the guards' path, while Iyabo raised her own staff in warning. Igwe Onwubiko watched his old friend Okudili weeping on the ground and watched the staff still glowing pure and true in Ngọzika's hand. Something inside him finally broke. "Stand down, all of you," he commanded. "Let the girl pass to the river. If the staff has accepted her truth, then who am I to argue with 200 years of silence?" With the path now clear, Ngọzika led the small group away from the shrine ground, deeper into the dark forest, racing toward the river before the moon reached its peak. At last, they reached the riverbank. The water moved strangely, rising and falling like something massive breathing beneath it. Old rusted chains began to show themselves just beneath the surface as the moon climbed higher above the trees. Follow the page to see what happens at the river.
"200 years I have waited for you. Now you have
One
come.
body will not free me. Tell me what will free you. I am not afraid.
Give me your body, and the lie will continue quietly. Or give me the spirit part, the Ogbanje part.
That has been tied to me since birth, and the whole cycle will end forever. But if you choose that one, the Ngọzika they know may never come back the same."
The chains are broken. The tide is turning. You must not fear the depths. I understand.
The water splits open. Ahanjiko rises from the river. Tall, wet, chains fused deep into her skin, eyes pale like fog. She turned her colorless eyes straight toward Ngọzika. Behind her, Ozuemena began to cry, begging, "Sister, no do am, make I just go for you, I beg." Nwakaego held her son tight, sobbing without word. Okudili, finally free to speak, fell on his knees and whispered, "My daughter, I do not deserve forgiveness, but I beg, do not let my own cowardice be the reason you lose yourself tonight." Ngọzika closed her eyes for one long moment. She thought of every child who had entered that river for 200 years for a lie they never chose to carry. She thought of her brother, her mother, her father. Then she opened her eyes, calm now, and she chose. Ngọzika walked into the river herself, water rising to her chest, and placed her palm flat against Ahanjiko's chained chest. Light exploded outward, white, then blue, then gold. The old rusted chains cracked one by one, shattering into the water as 200 years of stolen spirit finally tore free. When the light faded, Ahanjiko stood free. Her skin no longer cracked like dry clay, her chains completely gone, water flowing around her like living silk instead of rags. She looked down to where Ngọzika had been standing and found her floating gently on the water's surface, unconscious but breathing. Okoronko carried Ngọzika out of the river, gentle, and laid her on the riverbank. Her eyes opened slowly. She still knew her mother's face, her brother's face, her father's face. But for one short second, before she fully woke, her eyes flashed the same pale gray-white as the river goddess, then returned to normal, leaving everyone unsure of exactly what had changed inside her forever. By the time the sun fully rose over Ndi Ofemiri, The covenant that had ruled the village for 200 years was finally over. No more drum would beat for blood again. Ozoemena hugged his sister tight, alive and free. But as Ngọzika smiled back at him, only she alone felt the quiet new silence settling inside her, a silence that almost sounded like water learning slowly how to live inside a girl who had just paid the oldest debt her family ever owed. Thank you for staying with this story till the end. Follow the page for more.